Alrighty, well, I'm back, and I think I have that thing tilted at a weird angle. Much better. Okay, so this is the Origin of the Thunder Frog Part 3, though I have to say, kind of a fun fact, I've been recording these videos, and also videos for my board game, which I've been working on as I record these, and, I only have so much space on my phone, and I have... some of these videos, I record them, and then right as I'm hitting the end, I've run out of space. And I don't know enough about video editing to splice things together. I don't know that I'd want to. But, it's... record a great video, and then you're done, and you have to do it over again. Also, I have this. I thought I might show people who care. You're looking probably... probably 1,000 little game tokens. What can we show you? How's about this? Actually, these are what these are. Little spaceships for my board game. This is the Voyage Trackers edition, which I'm working on tonight. And here's another one of their ships. Oh, wait, how does that work? There we go. Cool stuff. Check out Voyage Trackers. It's a fun show. You'll see it on YouTube. So, now that I'm done helping my friend out, so there was a third part to the origin of the Thunder Frog character. It kind of goes back to a friend of mine named Max, who I've not seen in many years, but he was one of my early friends that we got together with and played role-playing games. And there was this story where Max and another friend of ours named Dan, they were when they were first playing these games, they were getting together and playing Dungeons and Dragons and the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. And so in this story, Max was playing a character named Theodore Mallet, and he was a farmer, and he just would basically was so big and so strong that he could wield a big mallet, two-handed mallet, one-handed, and he would do his farm work that way. And Dan was playing a wizard, and the way they set their story up was that Dan's character would walk around and had run across Theodore Mallet and thought he was so powerful looking that he would make a great adventurer, a warrior. And so Theodore then got enticed into joining this wizard, Dan's character, on his adventures. Now, the story that I'm relating to, typical outlandish bullshit that happens in role-playing games, but in this particular story, Max had, in the course of his adventures, had acquired a powerful giant-slaying mallet as his weapon, and Max had this knack for rolling natural 20s. It was the most amazing thing. Natural 20s, when you roll a 20-sided dice, and you do this for an attack roll, and the natural 20s when you roll just a 20. Just naturally, 5% chance. And Max, however, still to this day holds the all-time record. He rolled six natural 20s one game night, 5 of them in the exact same combat round. I've never seen this before, except in this one case with this guy. But we've seen people come close to beating his record, but nobody's ever quite matched it. I think the next best one was Vanessa, who rolled 4 in one combat round, which is pretty spectacular. But Vanessa's a tale for another day, I suppose. But getting back to the story, so in the course of these adventures, these two characters ran afoul of Thor, and Thor, I guess, was considered to be a giant, or at least that's the way the dungeon master was treating it. And Max goes to roll his attack roll and rolls a natural 20, as he tends to do. And by the way, his dice aren't loaded, we've checked. So he rolls a natural 20, and he rolls maximum damage. And he's got this giant slaying weapon, which means that his attack does double damage yet again. So he does max damage, doubling it and doubling it again. And I think there might have been a third doubling. I don't remember. I'm not sure, but I know there was some extra bit there. And he essentially does exactly enough damage in one hit, because the character is also super strong, does enough damage in one hit to kill Thor straight up. Perfect. And there's no defense because he had well, natural 20. So he kills Thor. And then he goes on to transfer all of the enchantments from Thor's hammer into his mallet. that he was carrying, so he becomes the god of mallets, and that's what happened. So, I wasn't there. It's just a funny story. But when I was creating Theo, my main character for Thunderfog, I was trying to think of a name for the character. I wanted to have a good name. And then I remembered Theodore Mallet. And I thought, well, she's okay. So I'm looking to make a farmer. Theodore Mallet was a farmer, so I named him Theo after my friend's character. And, oh, there we go. Screen went out again. I'm using the light from my computer. So, I did that. And, it's a good starting point for a character. And I think my friend might like it if he one day discovered that this story he told me 20 years ago ended up becoming partial inspiration for a comic book character. Also, that's also why Theo, by the way, grabs the big two-handed mallet and swings it to try to attack the mastodon when he goes to try to rescue the soldiers. It's all these little elements that pulled in. I guess when you write from what you know, and you take your life experiences and your stories and things that you've encountered, and you kind of put them in, and characters you write will be, there's pieces of your friends there and people and yeah, well, I guess maybe one day I'll show this thing to Max, bump into him somewhere. I guess that's what Facebook is for. Anyways, that's part 3.